we are. Look, it's time. You believe it's time? Okay. Okay, it's just a slight bit after 7, but welcome everybody to the. Oh my! I told you, yeah. Okay, so welcome everybody to the November 18, 2025 meeting of the Orland Park Plan Commission. Can we all rise, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. First thing we'll do is our roll call. Commissioner Shalaby? Here. Commissioner Fenton?
Here.
Commissioner Sanchez?
Here.
Commissioner Paul?
Here.
Vice Chairman Schuessler?
Here.
Chairman Parisi here. Commissioner Zatar? He's not here. Okay, thank you. We've all had an opportunity to review the minutes of the November 4th meeting. And I would entertain a motion to either approve or amend, or
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Schuessler.
I would make the motion to approve the minutes as presented. Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Schuessler and a second by Commissioner Shalaby. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Nobody opposed. Thank you. I move we open public hearings with public hearing number 2025-0882, Orland Park Place, Lot 1, re-subdivision.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Paul. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
You? Is
The petitioner's present.
petitioner's here? Great. Thanks for coming.
Yep, appreciate it. Good evening.
We record everything. If you would, we swear you in.
Sure, good.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you present tonight will be the truth and nothing but the truth? If so, please say I do.
I do.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Good evening. My name is Jason Reibert. I'm with PMAT Orland. We're owners of the Orland Park Place Shopping Center here in Orland Park. The subdivision in front of you this evening is the re-subdivision of Lot 1, which was a lot that was recently created as part of the overall subdivision of the property a little less than a year ago. In looking at it a little bit further, we would like to additionally subdivide Lot 1 into 2 new lots. This will allow us to better assess the real estate taxes for each of the 2 buildings on the property. Lot 1A will be the Fidelity Building and some associated parking. Lot 1B, which is a little under 1 acre, that's the retail building and some associated parking where Dave's Hot Chicken is now. So this is honestly something that probably should have been done as part of the original subdivision, but in looking at it kind of in totality after the fact, this will allow us to kind of better hone in on real estate taxes for this parcel, and it did allow us to clean up some servitudes that were added by Public Works and Engineering that were addressed as part of this comment in re-subdivision as well. So here to go over any questions the commission may have, and I know Marcus has some additional context to provide as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Staff?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to begin by requesting that the staff report is entered into the record as written tonight. As the petitioner mentioned, they're seeking approval to re-subdivide Lot 1 at Orland Park Place. It currently contains the 2 outlot buildings. They were built at separate times. One was called the Orland Retail Center 1, which is the Vitamin Shop and Dave's Hot Chicken building. And then the additional outlot building to the north is the Fidelity Insurance building built in 2009. The goal is to no longer have the 2 buildings on the same lot, and also the Casa Margarita building that's shown in the northeast corner is actually not a part of this petition. So the site is in the Regional Core Planning District, and the land use is designated as regional mixed use, which supports active day and night activity, and the existing uses on each parcel already support the comprehensive plan goals for this area.
The site is zoned COR mixed use and is not changing with this petition. The proposed re-subdivision has been reviewed by staff to meet the minimum requirements of the core district. So here's the existing plat of subdivision that was approved earlier this year, which contains both parcels, or both buildings on the same parcel. And then here is the proposed Lot 1A and Lot 1B. Lot 1A is just under it's just about 3.1 acres in size, and Lot B is about 0.9 acres in size. Both lots conform to our code regarding building setbacks and lot size, and both lots meet the core district requirements. And since both properties are part of the same Orland Park Place plan development, the parking lot setbacks do not apply for this parcel, or for this subdivision. So staff recommends that the Plan Commission approves this plat of subdivision, and that's subject to our standard condition that the final copy of the plat is printed on Mylar and ready for recording. Thank you.
Thank you. Nobody from the public here regarding this? No? Okay, well, I'll go over to our commissioner, see if they have any comments. Commissioner Shalaby?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Seeing that the plans are pretty straightforward and in with the comprehensive plan of the village, I don't have much to add at all here. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Fenton?
No comments.
Thank you. Commissioner Schussler?
Just one question for the petitioner. When we talk about Orland Park Place,
Yes.
what part of it does PMAT own? What part of it is part of your?
Majority of it. A few of the outlots were sold off prior to our purchase about 2 years ago.
Like Olive Garden, and that be one of them?
Correct, yeah. The Mexican restaurant, we do not own that. One of the other outlots in the front, I think the jewelry store is not under ownership as well. But predominantly.
Furniture store?
I'm sorry?
The furniture store?
We do own the furniture store, correct.
Okay. Just curious, when we talk about Orland Park Place, you think about all the outlots, but as you indicated, they're not all owned by you.
That's correct. But I would say of the entire original subdivision, probably about 75–80% still.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Paul?
I have no comment. This is an easy one.
Yes, it is. Commissioner Sanchez?
I agree. No questions.
Okay. Well, nor do I, in which case I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Schussler?
regarding case number 2025-0882, also known as Orland Park Place Lot 1 re-subdivision, I move to approve the staff recommended action as presented in the staff report to the Plan Commission for this case.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Schussler, second by Commissioner Paul. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No? Good. Thank you. Thanks for preparing. I move that we close public hearing number 2025-0882.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Paul. In favor?
Aye.
I move that we open public hearing number 2025-0321, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, 179th and Wolf Road, development petition for a new build-out.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Paul. In favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Is the petitioner present? Yes. Did you have something, Carrie? Sure, please, yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to point out that we do have a revised staff report and a revised site plan and landscape plan in relation as we were wrapping up the reports on Friday. We found some things that needed to be adjusted. And so the petitioner worked the weekend and provided that information to us. So your packet includes what was originally submitted and then also what was revised over the weekend. So we're looking to present the revisions that are for the first time for you tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again, the petitioner is present. Please.
And if you can step up so that I can swear you in. Thanks. Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you present tonight in this matter will be the truth and nothing but the truth? If so, please say I do.
I do.
Great.
Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, my name is Jim Olguin, and tonight I'm here on behalf of Integris Development, the developer of the proposed site here. And I'm sure you're all familiar with the location. This is a vacant area adjacent to the Aldi on off of 179th Street. We're actually going to be we're looking at putting in a Valvoline facility just in front of the detention facility that's currently there. So, you know, Commissioner Paul, hopefully this is also an easy one for you. So what we're looking at doing is doing a 3-bay Valvoline. We're going to be using the existing detention facility. We're requesting, our request is really twofold. One, for a special use for the actual use of the Valvoline, and the second is a variation request. One of the code requirements is that there be an access path around a detention facility. Because the site is really constrained, that limits our ability to do that. And obviously that path, the reason that you have it is for access. And because of the way that detention facility is located, there's plenty of access both from the prospective development of the Valvoline, so if on the south side, and also the parking area or the drive area adjacent to Aldi extends further north. So you also have access to the detention facility from that location. So because of the constraints that we have on the site, we're dealing with an existing area that's already been developed. That is why we're requesting that variance, and we've submitted responses to the variation standards into the record, and we're happy to answer any questions you might have, but we look forward to your support of the project.
Thank you. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to begin by requesting that the staff report be accepted into the record and written and as presented during this meeting. Thank you. Tonight we present case 2025-321, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, a special use permit for motor vehicle services, and a variance request. In the upper part of this slide, you will see the aforementioned address, 11320 179th Street, which is approximately the northwest corner of Wolf Road and 179th Street. The current zoning is a business district, which is our general business district. The planning district is grasslands, and the comprehensive plan calls for neighborhood mixed use, for which this project does fit. The petitioner is requesting the approvals below to construct a full-service oil change facility located at the aforementioned address, which includes a special use permit for motor vehicle use per Land Development Code Section 6-207.c.12, and a variance request, as the petitioner mentioned, to allow the omission of the maintenance access path for the site detention basin per Land Development Code Section 6-305D8B4. You also have before you the site plan, the landscape plan, and the building elevations. Again, you'll see the comprehensive plan. The proposed Valvoline development is consistent with the neighborhood mixed-use designation by creating a site organized around adjacent neighborhood businesses and residents. Tree preservation and stormwater management are incorporated into the overall site design, complying with open space requirements and supporting the existing grasslands neighborhood character. And you'll see on the map there, again, the star is located approximately where the site of the Valvoline facility would be built, just to the west of the existing Aldi off of 179th Street near the intersection of Wolf Road. Above, you see the current site. You'll see that the detention basin has already been established, and you'll see the Aldi to the east and to the west an unincorporated residential parcel. This is the proposed site plan. As mentioned before, some revisions were made, and you'll see that on the site plan themselves, we have several things that are required in the Land Development Code that are accounted for. The building itself is 1,759 square feet with approximately 12,921 square feet of impervious surface. When we consider lot coverage, we add the building and the impervious surface together. And after doing the math, we found that we have a 62% lot coverage. The Land Development Code calls for 75%, so you'll see that their petition falls well within and well below the required lot coverage requirement. There are 11 parking places, which meets the Land Development Code as well. In the upper left corner, you'll see that there is a brick trash enclosure, which those facade requirements are met, that they have the exact same facade as the building themselves. Again, these are the existing conditions of the site as they stand. You'll see this current site location that is proposed, again, between the Aldi and the unincorporated residents to the west. And there is a street view of the current site, again, right behind the Aldi where the drive path has already been established. The landscaping plan is proposed as well on the site. You will see that the landscaping plan matches the proposed site plan, and off to the left, through our landscaping consultants and much deliberation, we made sure that everything is compliant with the land development code. All of the species that are planted here are featured in our code as well. On to the aforementioned variance request. So the preliminary landscape plans are compliant with the land development code, apart from the required maintenance access path for the detention basins, which the petitioner is seeking a variance. The pond was constructed in 2022. The development is shared by Aldi and this future project. Land Development Code Section 6-305, D8B4 calls for a maintenance vehicle access area, which shall be provided around the pond at least 8 feet wide, not exceeding a 2% cross slope, and shall remain open for maintenance purposes. Planted with native, low-growing plant materials, or as a recreational maintenance trail. The petitioner states that maintenance staging may utilize the Valvoline site. This is the eastern building elevation, so this would be facing the current Aldi store to the east of the facility. This is the south building elevation, which would be facing 179th Street. Your western building elevation would be facing away from the current Aldi building and facing towards the aforementioned unincorporated residential parcel to the west. And that is the northern building elevation, which would be adjacent to the retention pond as we have discussed. Excuse me. Our special use permit standards are as follows. The special use will be consistent with the purposes, goals, objectives, and standards of the comprehensive plan, any adopted overlay plan, and these regulations. The special use will be consistent with the community character of the immediate vicinity of the parcel proposed for development. The design of the proposed use will minimize adverse effects, including visual impacts on adjacent properties. The proposed use will not have an adverse effect on the value of adjacent property. The applicant has demonstrated that public facilities and services will be capable of serving the special use at an adequate level of service. The applicant has made adequate legal provision to guarantee the provision and development of any open space and other improvements associated with the proposed development. The development will not adversely affect a known archaeological, historical, or cultural resource. The proposed use will comply with all additional standards imposed on it by particular provision of these regulations, authorizing such use by all other applicable requirements of the ordinances of the village. Again, discussing the variance that the petitioner is seeking tonight. The petitioner has submitted variance standards worksheets and special use worksheets as well. The variance standards are as follows below. That the property in question cannot yield a reasonable return if permitted to be used only under the conditions allowed by the regulations governing the district in which it is located. That the plight of the owner is due to unique circumstances. That the variation if granted will not alter the essential character of the locality. That because of the particular physical surroundings, shape, or topographical conditions of the specific property involved, a particular hardship to the owner would result as distinguished from a mere inconvenience if the strict letter of these regulations were carried out. That the conditions upon which the petition for a variation is based are unique to the property which a variance is sought and are not applicable generally to other property. That the alleged difficulty or hardship is caused by these regulations and has not resulted from any act of the applicant or any other person presently having an interest in the property subsequent to the effective date hereof, whether or not in violation of any portion thereof. That the granting of the variation will not be detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to other property or improvements in the neighborhood in which the property is located or otherwise be inconsistent with the comprehensive plan, any adopted overlay, or these regulations. that the proposed variation will not impair an adequate supply of light and air to adjacent property, or substantially increase the congestion in the public streets, or increase the danger of fire, or endanger the public safety, or substantially diminish or impair property values within the neighborhood, that the variance granted is the minimum adjustment necessary for the reasonable use of the land, and that aforesaid circumstances or conditions are such that the strict application of these provisions of this section would deprive the applicant of any reasonable use of his or her land. Mere loss in value shall not justify a variance. There must be deprivation of all beneficial use of land. Regarding case number 2025-0321, also known as Valvoline Instant Oil Change, staff recommends to accept and make findings of fact as discussed at this Plan Commission meeting and within the staff report dated November 14th, 2025. And staff recommends the Planning Commission approves a special use permit for motor vehicle surfaces. And staff recommends the Planning Commission approves a variance to allow the omission of the maintenance access path for the site detention basin. And staff recommends the Plan Commission approves the site plan, landscape plan, and building elevations for Valvoline, subject to the following conditions. The development shall be in substantial conformance with the site plan, titled Site Plan, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, prepared by Arch America, last revised November 17th, 2025. The landscape plan, titled Landscape and Tree Plan, prepared by Webster, McGrath, and Allberg, last revised November 17th, 2025. And building elevations, titled Exterior Elevations, prepared by Arch America, and last revised June 27th, 2025. Meet all building code requirements and final engineering requirements, including any required permits from outside agencies. All ground-based and roof-mounted mechanical equipment must be fully screened from view and shall meet the requirements listed in Section 6-J-308-J. And submit a sign permit application to the Development Services Department for separate review. Signs are subject to additional review and approval via the sign permitting process, and additional restrictions may apply. Regarding case number 2025-0321, also known as Valvoline Instant Oil Change, I move to approve the staff recommended action as presented in the staff report to the Plan Commission for this case. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I don't see anybody from the public here regarding this case, so I will go straight to our commissioners. I'll start with Commissioner Schuessler.
Some questions for the staff. You mentioned that there were 3 things that had to be changed. I think I found 2 of them. The original staff report indicated that there was going to be a detention basin proposed, but obviously they're sharing the detention basin with Aldi. That's one. Second one has to do with the amount of impervious, the percentage. What's the third one?
If I can, the 3 items were, number 1 was the garbage dumpster. So per our land development code, the material that's used in the building has to match the material that is used in the garbage enclosure. The petitioner remediated that. And as well, there was originally a drive aisle between 179th Street and the building itself. That is also not permitted in the land development code. Again, the petitioner remediated that, and in doing so, they complied with the lot coverage requirement.
Okay. The staff report indicates that there was a concern with the parking lot, the way the building faced. And it would, the building was, let's see, it's the section that's labeled site plan, to accommodate traffic flow and conceal parking spaces from the front of the property.
Right, and that was not actually necessarily a concern. It was a site designed to accommodate for a better flow in and out of the property onto the access path between Aldi and the Valvoline proposed facility.
Okay, because the Aldi parking lot obviously is very visible from 179th Street. The last question, obviously there are two things that are being shared here between Aldi and the developer. The detention area and the access into the site. The only way you can get into this site is to use that access road that goes around the back of Aldi. Is there an agreement between the developer and Aldi with regard to how the detention area will be maintained, the sharing of the cost?
I'll defer to the petitioner for this.
And also an agreement with regard to this development being allowed to use the driveway to get access to the site, and is there a sharing of the maintenance expense for that? Sir?
Commissioner Schuschler, yes, there is an agreement between Aldi and the developer, both in terms of the access and the maintenance of the detention facility. Aldi is going to be primarily responsible for maintaining the detention facility, and then we are contributing an annual payment towards that work that they're going to take care of. Similarly, we're getting access rights through that. It's going to be a recorded declaration amendment that's going to apply to the properties.
Okay, thank you. I think it's a good use of this parcel. When I saw, when we considered the Aldi project, and I saw the fact they were cutting out this relatively small piece, I thought, boy, it's going to be really hard to sell that. So I'm glad to see that your operation can fit on that site. So I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, thank you. Commissioner Fenton?
I think it looks very nice. I think it'll go well over there as long as everything stays. You're just gonna have normal business hours, correct? And then you have all your EPA, where you, as far as regulations where you're dumping your oil and all that too, is all in place.
Okay.
Building looks nice. Landscaping looks great. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you. Commissioner Sanchez?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just one question about the access to the building. Are there any concerns that there's only the one in and out area? And I know it's, traffic's designed to go kind of north of the building, come around, come through. But what if there's like a drive-through? What if someone's like halfway through, there's cars behind, they realize they don't have their wallet or something?
Right. So during the development petition, one of the things we do is we reach out to fire and we reach out to safety to see if they have any concerns, and they returned messages that they did not have any concerns about the site. And as you'll see, there are 11 parking spaces there, but there is a small portion of pavement towards the end of those 11 spaces, which is designed for a back-about turnabout.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Besides that, I have no questions.
Thank you.
Think it looks
Commissioner
very nice.
Paul?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, you answered my question about the lot coverage going from 80 to 62. So the main thing that we're looking at as far as the variance is access to pond.
Right.
It seems like from that driveway, there's plenty of access to the pond. I mean, I don't see a reason to have another access. Is there?
No, in conversations with the petitioner, they've reassured us that there is ample area within the site to handle the landscaping duties.
It's a pretty wide driveway. If you have to get trucks in there, whatever, they have to get into all these anyway. So that's not going to be a problem. I think it's a good addition. You always need one of those oil change places. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner Shalaby?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A lot of my questions have been asked, and I appreciate that. Thank you for the presentation. It was very, very thorough. I did have some questions about flow that have been answered. The only other question I have is that are there two residential properties within like 300 feet of this?
Yeah, so during the process, the petitioner is required to mail out notices to all of the residents within the 300 feet. And I don't recall exactly how many notices we sent out, but there was more than two. There are some multi-units within 300 feet. And we determined that because the lot line of the property to the lot line of the residential property of the people who are receiving the notices, that is the 300 feet by which we measure that. So if you take a look, there are some multifamily properties north of this property that did get to the letter as well.
And mechanically, I presume it's all done interior, so it wouldn't disrupt any of their quality of life, correct? Is that fair to assume?
Yeah, that's correct, Commissioner. And also, if you look at the aerial of the particular lot that we're developing, we still have a pretty significant buffer, both on the detention facility to the north
saw
is
that,
pretty
yeah.
significant, but also to the residential that is located immediately to the west. There's like a strip of land that's still part of the overall detention facility, which is I don't know, probably over 40 feet in width. So there's still plenty of buffer between, even before you get to our lot and those residential homeowners.
Thank you. Nothing further, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Shelby. Well, I have nothing to add. I mean, good questions asked here, and looks like a good use of the property.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I
Commissioner
have
Slater.
one more observation.
Please.
First of all, I think the property to the west is residential, but it's got a for sale sign on it, and I think the sign indicates that it's zoned for business, so it may not be a residence for too long. But my observation is, with regard to the alignment, and this is for the staff, the alignment of the driveway, which Aldi owns that driveway, so it doesn't really directly concern a petitioner other than the fact they use that driveway, or are going to use that driveway when their project is built. Before Aldi was built, there was a driveway across the way into Jewel. And coming out of that Jewel parking lot, the Jewel parking lot has 3 lanes. 1 lane in and 2 lanes out. And right now, the way it's signed is there's an arrow on the pavement for left and right. But there isn't any arrow that indicates you can go straight across 179th Street onto the Aldi driveway, which is going to serve this development also. So something should be done to direct Jewel to put an arrow on one of those lanes, either it's left and straight or it's right and straight, so that somebody can go across 179th and either go into the oil change place or go to Aldi. And also, when Aldi did their arrows on their pavement, they did the same thing. They've got a 3-lane driveway, 1 lane in, 2 lanes out, and the same thing. It doesn't have an arrow to go across 179th to get into the Jewel parking lot. So that's something that you need to address and take care of, Gary, on both sides. It's my only observation.
Well, thank you for drawing their attention to that detail.
And if you're ready, I'll make the motion. Mr. Chairman?
Please.
Regarding case number 2025-0321, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, 179th and Wolf Road, I move to approve the staff recommended action as presented in the staff report to the Plan Commission for this case.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Schuster, seconded by Commissioner Paul. All in favor?
Aye.
Nobody opposed? Thank you. Thanks for coming and congratulations. Thank you. I move that we close public hearings, open public hearings.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move that we open non-public hearings with non-public hearing number 2025-0708, 9917 West 143rd, Old Orland, Old Library exterior work.
Second.
And a second by Commissioner Paul. In favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Staff?
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. We are requesting on behalf of the petitioner that this case be continued to the January 6th Planning Commission meeting. Late last week, the petitioner came through with some changes to the building that they had not quite ran by us at that point. So we wanted to make sure that they were compliant with the Land Development Code. In contacting the petitioner, they wanted to make sure that their project would not get rejected by the commission. So in communicating with them, we were seeking revised drawings from them regarding their project and requesting that this be continued to January 6th, 2026.
Well, in that case, I will move that we continue this particular issue to the January 6th, 2026 meeting.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Paul. All in favor?
Aye.
Nobody's opposed? Okay.
Oh, let me state for the record, just because the continuance has to be to a date and time certain, that'll be to the January 6th Plan Commission meeting that will be at 7:00 PM.
Thank you. Thank you. Unless there's any new business, I would move that we adjourn at 7:37 PM.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Paul, in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. And thank you, staff, and thank you, my fellow commissioners. And thank you.